I made two completely brand new wallets and I funded them with about $5,000, and in literally just 3 days, I was able to make $29,600. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you every major trade that I took, the wins, the losses, and showing you some live clips so you can just copy me exactly and make this kind of money yourself. So just to show you guys some proof, we got the first wallet right here with the 12.5K P&L at the top. I can share my P&L right here, plus 84.09 sold profit at the moment. You refresh the page, can do anything right here, still 12.5K. And you can see that my win rate on this wallet at the moment is about 50% so far, really relying on those banger plays to make up most of my P&L. You can see from my P&L chart right here, it's like a little nosedive at the beginning, but the second we got that first decent P&L, plus 7K, and we just kept that going, and now we're right here at the peak, 14.1K. Went down a little bit right here to 12.5K, but it's all good. Only been trading on this wallet for a couple days, so actually not too bad. And then we got the second wallet right here with the 17.1K P&L. You can share the P&L card right here, plus 114.2 soul realized. Refresh the page, do anything. Still gonna show 17.1K. Same exact thing with the other wallet. Win rate is hovering at about 50%, so the most of my profits right here are coming from a very few select high quality plays. But on this wallet, you can see there's not really that much of a nosedive. It was just very steady progress from a 2.4K P&L at the start. Round trip that at the beginning, but the second I got the ball rolling, it's been up only ever since. But before I break down any of those plays, you'll notice how all of them are on the same exact trading platform right here, Axiom Pro. And that's going to be your first step into copying my trading style, because I probably would have not caught all those plays if I wasn't using the best trading bot in the space at the moment. So the first step into getting like me is incorporating Axiom Pro as your trading platform. It's got the fastest transactions, the cheapest fees, a refund system, scam detection, a wallet tracker, Twitter tracker, etc., etc. If you're not using Axiom Pro, you're at a disadvantage. So without further ado, let me show you how to set that up real quick, along with the exact filters that I was using for these trades. So to set up Axiom, click on the first link in the description down below, and it should take you to this page right here. And make sure it says Fortune at the bottom right here, because that's going to save you an extra 20% off fees on top of already being the cheapest platform in the market at the moment. And once you set that up, it should take you to this page right here. And all you're going to do from here is hit the trending, go to 1 minute, open up your filters right here. Make sure liquidity is at 8,000 for the minimum. Volume is at 5,000 for the minimum. Market cap is a minimum of 10,000 to 100 million right here. And transactions, 80. All good for this page. So you're going to have this Discover Trending page on one monitor, and this is going to let you see all the high volume momentum runners that are happening right now. And every single coin that I caught will have shown up on it. And next, on another monitor, if you're trading on a PC, head to Pulse right here, head to New Pairs Filters, go to Metrics, go all the way down, and make sure 10,000 minimum market cap is the only filter you have set right here. And this Pulse section is going to be a little bit more chaotic than that Discover section you were just seeing, because this is going to show you every single new pair that is coming out. But this way, there's not going to be a single coin that goes under your eye. And you're going to be able to catch pretty much every single coin that pops up on the Pulse page right here. And those are the filters that I found through personal experience that has the best chance of giving you good entry on these coins, but still filtering out the garbage that's going to be popping up every millisecond. And you're going to be looking at both of these pages 24/7. That's exactly how I caught every single coin that I made money on. And I mean, really lock in when you're scanning. Don't be playing Valorant on the side or anything. Just focus your eyes on the screen. I don't care if you get bored. Just keep your eyes glued to the screen. So now that we got the setup dialed in, let's break down my trades and go over exactly how I got them. So on this wallet, the first decent trade that I actually hit was this coin called Dupe right here. I made 4.23K on it. So I saw Dupe pretty much the moment it spawned, and I saw it go up only all the way to 600K. But with the limited capital that I had starting off, I wasn't really too comfortable with top lasting. So I tried to wait for the volume to stable off a little bit. So I saw Dupe the second it dropped. And the only information that was on there at the moment was the linked Twitter page. And through experience, I knew this was a tag coin. So first thing I did, went to the Twitter, head to the following list, and I looked for any doxed individual that I could connect to Dupe. And the first thing that I saw right here was Bobby from Dupe.com. Very solid mutuals, a good follower list, and he was continuously updating his Twitter about Dupe. It was Dupe. It was Dupe, Dupe, all Dupe. This guy was pretty much dedicating his entire social page to Dupe. And you can see this guy's got a pretty solid resume. Co-founded Live Candid right here. head of growth and design at WeWork right here, host at this podcast right here, host of another app right here. So it's clear this guy's pretty solid. And for these kind of tech coins, this is literally all that matters. The person that's behind the coin, this is the only thing you're looking at. Because crypto's an attention market. You can only gauge how much attention something's going to get from the people that are going to be behind it. So the second I see this, I knew Dupe was a solid coin. But you can see on this run up all the way to 600K, it was pretty much only up. But I wasn't really too comfortable with top lasting coins with my current capital at the time. So I started to wait for volume to taper off a little bit. And the second I saw that, I started a DCA. Bought $732 worth here, dipped down even further, 146, 146, 146. You can see these multiple buys I'm averaging in. So even if I don't catch a good entry on the first time, if I'm confident it's a solid narrative and everything lines up on the Twitter right here, I'm going to give myself the best entry possible by averaging in. And would you look at that? My conviction paid off. And like I say in every single video of mine, market is still pretty rotational. We haven't hit that level of euphoria that we've seen in Trump yet. So I was pretty aggressive with my selling. The fact that this was with my starting balance meant that I wanted to be comfortable with my capital. So the second I saw a few X's, started taking my money out bit by bit. You can see there's about 20 sells right here, averaged out, and it retraced again. But this right here was a blunder on my part. There was a lot of FUD going around on Dupe on this retrace, saying a lot of the backings behind Dupe weren't really official. And with the limited capital that I had at the time, that really scared me. When in reality, what I should have done right here was buy a little bit less, so I'd still be comfortable holding through all that FUD. I overinvested compared to the capital that I had on this challenge wallet right here. So it was an amount that I wasn't really willing to lose. So because of that, I sold early, got a little scalp right here, made a little bit of P, but the second that FUD got cleared up, it went crazy. You can see, fumbled quite a bit of money right here. And because of that, I played the second run-up of this trade pretty poorly because of my risk management. Happens to the best of us. So when I saw a flash dump opportunity for pretty much the same exact FUD right here, I made sure not to make that same mistake. Sized in quite a bit right here on the flash dump on the very similar FUD, saying the backings weren't really official. And I learned from my mistakes mid-trade. You can see I bought right here with 2.92K dollars. The second that FUD got cleared up, scalped it for an easy 1.3K profit. And this time, I knew Dupe was losing mindshare at the moment, so I didn't really hold. And I made the right choice. Retraced even harder right after that. And by the end of it, made an easy 4.23K USD for the challenge wallet. Beautiful way to get some starting capital on this challenge wallet and be a little bit more risk on with my trades. Because during the time this retrace happened, I didn't know what was going on. I still believed in the narrative. I thought this was a free dip to eat up. And I kept averaging in. But what I didn't know was that another coin on the timeline dropped right here. And if I go to the 15-second chart right here, it instantly candled to about 500K. And every single person that was in Crypto Gym was rotating into this coin right here. And combined with the fact that these tech narratives were getting oversaturated on the day, that really killed the liquidity of the coin. But because I wasn't aware of this, I still believed in the narrative, I was pretty much averaging to death. And by the time I noticed, it was too late, took a huge setback on this challenge wallet. And that's why it's so freaking important to know every single thing that is going on in the timeline. Because if I was aware that a coin with a similar narrative instantly shot up to this range and was sucking the liquidity out of this coin right here, I would not have overinvested in it. And this disaster was just a combination of not knowing what was going on, poor risk, over leveraging myself, getting greedy, and all of that led to this probably being the worst trade that I've taken on this challenge so far. So after that, took a few scalps, took a few okay trades to start building up my capital a little bit more so I could be a little bit more risk on these bigger opportunities I came across. So after that loss, I took a couple scalps here and there, took a few okay plays to really build up my capital again, to be able to be a little bit more risk on my plays. You can see on my history, I was building on my port little by little with these small trades, and I was slowly getting back on track. But we're not here for these boring small plays, all right? You can see the strategy video on my channel to see how I do those and the live footage that goes on with them, right? We're here for these juicy big plays that were able to 2, 3, 4x my portfolio that you guys want to catch. So after building my port up with those few $100,000 trades, I came across Chillhouse right here. And you can see that on this wallet, I made almost $9,000, but If I go on my other challenge wallet right here, you can see that I made $10,400 all on this one coin. And that's really what I mean by one solid play is genuinely all it takes. If you can understand the narrative and have the conviction for just one good coin, that will set your portfolio on the right track. So let me break this trade down so you guys can understand what went on. You can see my buy and sell chart on the other wallet right here. So for Chillhouse, I actually caught that on this wallet first. You can see before it moved, the coin's already weeks old. I did not catch this from new pairs. So how was I able to spot this? And the answer to that is Axiom's wallet tracker. Because by the time this trade happened, I had already collected several top traders from a lot of the coins that were running at the moment. And through that, I saw one sneaky little trader that was buying Chillhouse at a very low market cap. And this trader, while I was tracking it, was very selective with what he was buying. And that's the ideal wallet you want to track. Someone who's only focusing on very high quality plays. And when he first bought into this, I didn't really think too much of it. But the second volume started picking up, I knew there was something fishy going on, and I decided to blast the top right here with 5 Sol at 75K market cap. And same thing with all my previous trades. I tried to take my initials out as fast as possible, so I did exactly that right here after a few X's. But if you see how the chart reacts right here, if I go on the 15-second chart, you can see that these are really illiquid pumps. It's just one giant candle, volume stays stagnant, and then another giant candle, volume stays stagnant, so on, so on. And it just does that for this entire chart. And that's when I knew something fishy was going on. And at the time, I was hearing from one of the top traders at Fortune that a very big influencer was secretly behind this coin. And that wasn't public knowledge. So it's clear I was able to sneak in an insider coin. And the second I noticed that, I decided to buy more right here on this flash top, because I knew that KOL would not let this coin die right here for the sake of his reputation. So after I got in that flash top, decided to hold the coin for a little longer, and on this big pump right here, I decided to take my initials out again, average out a little bit, and you can see on the crazy run up right here, I started to take profits super aggressively, and I was not about to let myself round trip that in that rotational market. And because of that, I took a solid amount of profits right here until I was comfortable holding this coin for longer. And as you can see again, floor was established because the KOL wouldn't let it die. And by the time the coin got to this point, I was fully exited. I didn't care if it went up, down, didn't matter. I was satisfied with the amount of profit that I got from this challenge wallet, and I was happy to walk away. Oh, and I forgot to mention, all this volume from this point on was pretty much because the KOL being rumored to be behind the project pretty much confirmed it himself. And that's when I became a lot more comfortable with holding this coin. If I go to my other new wallet that I started, you can pretty much see that I played the exact same playbook. All the cells are at pretty much the exact same spot. And on this wallet, I walked away with 10.4K. So on two completely new wallets that I just wanted to run off for content, and I only funded a couple thousand for, I ended up making pretty much 6x on my entire portfolio, 20K on a single coin. And this is what I love about meme coins. It's genuinely not gambling like so many people out there think it is. This entire trade that I played out with very limited capital came out from a process of doing due diligence and staying updated what was on the chain through wallet tracking, using a proper trading bot that could manage all those wallets and notify me in real time whenever anything is happening, being updated, having an extremely strong community that could research on this project with me, and just leveraging in price action and information through that wallet tracking, through the information that I had, through the research that I did with my circle. I knew that the person behind this wouldn't let this die for the sake of his rep. And through that decision, 20K on 2 challenge wallets in a few hours. So many people forget that there's an actual system when it comes to playing these coins. Get out of that mindset that every coin is being set up for you to lose. As long as you have a working device, some capital, some people to trade with you, an ability to do basic research, you can hit plays exactly like this one. Next trade that I'm going to be breaking down that I caught on my challenge wallet right here is this coin called Garlic. Yeah, pretty stupid, I know, but a genuinely good coin in hindsight, and here's why. So at the time this coin came out, we were in a vamp meta right here, vamp coin 2. This coin was going absolutely crazy, going multi-mils. I unfortunately was working on a video at the time, completely missed the trade. I was pretty salty about it, but because this ran, I now had a solid idea of what the meta was. A vamp meta. It's in the name. So a lot of people were trying to come up with beta plays to this coin, pretty much co-plays, like Vamp Coin 3, Vamp Killer with like a picture of a steak or some holy water. But I knew they didn't really have any substance behind them. And that's why I landed to this coin, Garlic. Can't be vamped. It's genuinely pretty creative and fun. And at the end of the day, meme coins, they're memes. If it's funny enough to get a community, it's going to do well. So I saw this coin come up, thought it was creative, and I bid it on a retrace right here at 67K market cap. But at this point, at this low of a market cap, I knew it was a falling knife. So I made sure to keep my buy amounts very small when I was averaging it. And when I finally started to see a floor, I ate them pretty heavy. And beta plays like these completely rely on how well the alpha is doing. So if I go to Vamp Coin 2 right here, you can see that around the time Garlic Coin happened, Vamp Coin 2 was still extremely strong. So if I knew Garlic was pretty much the only unique and creative beta out there, with nothing to really compete against it, can't be vamped. Pretty funny. I mean, to those of you who aren't completely crypto native and don't know what vamped means, it just means when people rotate out of a coin and all the liquidity is being vamped or sucked out of into another coin. So the name can't be vamped is pretty much implying that people can't rotate liquidity out of this coin, which obviously isn't true, but it's for the culture. That's what meme coins are. And that's the only important part. So like I was saying, Vamp Coin 2 is still doing extremely well. This is the only unique beta out there. I had no reason to sell the bottom. So what did I do when I was down pretty much 60, 70% on this coin? I bought more. I believed in my conviction. And what happened? So much so that I decided to buy more on my other challenge wallet right here. Held the 70% drawdown, believed in my conviction, and what happened? My thesis played out exactly like I said it would. Same thing, always average out right here. I did end up selling this a bit early, but almost 7K on a few 100K topper, gladly take it. And this time, Garlic is a play that's a combination of understanding alphas and betas, narratives, metas, and just generally being aware of what's going on chain. You need to be able to differentiate what is a good beta to a coin and what is not. Is it unique? Is it creative? Is this a coin that could have a community built around it? In this case, can't be vamped, something every crypto trader wishes the coin was capable of. It's a pretty solid narrative to get behind. And as long as the alpha play to a coin is going on, you will make money off of the good betas. All you got to do is just believe in your thesis. Little obvious, I know. Sky is blue, but you just saw me explain it. But you can see how to actually use logic for that. And if you want to actually catch these trades with me, go apply to trade with me personally in the description down below. If you want to trade in a tight community with some of the best players in the space. And if you want to see me hit these crazy trades live for free and answer some of your personal questions, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. If you've been paying attention throughout the video, you'll see that I've been using a lot of the same concepts in pretty much every good trade. The goal of all this is to find a system that actually works. And if you want to trade with other hungry, high-performing people, go apply in the description. Thanks for watching. Peace.